Hey folks, Amy here from Colorado Mountain Living, and this is week 3 in our countdown to moving off grid. So let me fill you in on what's been going on this past week. We had the episode with the bees on the last video. You can watch if you didn't see it. Kind of funny, but that sort of took up most of our day. One of the things that happened this week is since the snow melted, a lot of water got into the septic hole because it hasn't been backfilled since the ground froze before that happened, and the last tank floated up. So it was underneath the tank. It was all water.
It had filled up with water.
The tank itself?
Yeah, underneath it.
Oh.
And so it just floated up, and then dirt had caved in on the sides.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't go back down. It was about 3 inches too high.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a whole bunch of dirt on it. When I took it out, there was only a thin layer of silt on top of the sand that I had put in there.
Yeah.
But it was just easier to cut it, take it out, fix it, and put it back.
Uh-huh. So definitely annoying to have to redo a job you already did, which is Bryan spent the whole day taking apart the septic chamber, resetting it, and then backfilling it. Now, the backfilling was due, but yeah, it definitely took up most of the weekend. You know, moving dirt around, pushing it, trying to level it, trying not to crush everything you've done. It's just a time-intensive project, but definitely something that had to get done before we get into other projects this summer. So anyway, now that the ground was soft, Bryan was able to push a lot of the dirt. There was just one step left, and that was to wait for a gravel delivery so he could throw that under some of the white piping there, and he wants to put the gravel to support the white drainage pipe before he backfills that section as well. So once that gravel comes, he's going to fill in under the pipe there, and then there's one more section where on the way towards the septic field, there's a line down there. So this line comes out of the tank. Around the top of the foundation, a good section of dirt had collapsed, and Bryan was worried about it potentially having crushed the drainage pipe. So he dug it up, repositioned the pipe, and then had to backfill it again. Filling it back in?
Yep. It's definitely low in the corner.
This corner? Fortunately, the drain pipe didn't get crushed, but it wasn't at the proper angle for drainage anymore. It was low in the corner, so he had to pull it out, fill more dirt back in, and then reposition the pipe so it would have proper drainage. So it was just another annoying task, even though it didn't take as much time as he thought. He was able to backfill it using the tractor and then add more dirt and pack it down better to help compact the dirt so you wouldn't continue to have those dirt collapse problems when water melted off. And since we were doing so much playing around in the dirt, I decided to go down to Boulder and go to the garden nursery and pick out some hardy plants for the mountains. I wanted to start doing some landscaping and working with pollinating plants for the bees, and I thought this would be a good weekend to get a couple of the hardier ones in the ground. Haven't really started thinking about the vegetable garden quite yet, or fruit trees, even though it's on my list, but I wanted to definitely get some of the hardy bushes in the ground. This one is the Hedge Cotoneaster. So it's actually a pretty big size right now, and I'll be curious to see how much it grows this summer, but it's supposed to grow, it's supposed to get up to 6 to 8 feet tall and a nice reddish orange color in the fall. So I don't know, might get a couple more for this corner here, and that might be nice. We got 5 bushes in the ground: the Cotoneaster, the blue mist Spirea, and the 2 rock Spirea. So can't wait to see those grow over time and see how pretty they are with all the flowers in the summer. Here are some pictures of the plants when they're full grown. So I think they have a lot of potential. I'm not sure how fast they'll grow up in the mountains. Might take a few more years to come to full size, but I think they're going to be really pretty and add a lot of color. take a look inside, see how it's shaping up inside. Oh look, we have a rug. Our rug's rolled out, and Bryan has set up his furniture that he's made. A nice cedar coffee table, handcrafted. He even has little leather detailing on the legs there. Isn't that cute? So cedar coffee table and a nice cedar bed. So the bed, the story behind the bed is when we lived in North Carolina, we had an ice storm that knocked over 4 or 5 tall, big privacy shrubs that I think were like a type of cedar or cypress. And they came right out of the ground where you could see the roots. So Bryan was thinking, well, I'm going to save that and make a bed out of them. And 2 years later, this is what we've got. So he had some other cedar planks milled for the headboard and for the footboard as well. But all in all, very nice. I think this bed says Colorado, don't you? Try to get a back up so you can get a full view of it. Can't quite get the whole bed in the frame. It does take up quite a lot of room. So luckily, when the whole house is finished, this is going to be the master bedroom upstairs. So that'll look good. And then in here, let's see, spin around. Still looking the same in this area. I moved in a mirror. He finished up the toilet, and I think that's good to go. I think we're working on making a little cat door underneath where the toilet is. We could throw a kitty litter box in there so she can be have a safe spot away from the dog. Bryan's tool corner. Is that growing? I don't know. And got some screens from the windows over here. Bryan got the rest of the windows yesterday after we figured out the bee situation. Here's a little piece of carpet that's going to go in front of the door right here. Hello. Here's part of our window delivery that Bryan picked up. So we moved these inside to keep them out of the weather and the wind. And we actually have a surprise visit from some moose. So spring is in the air. Spring, more animals, lots of dirt, and a lot more projects to come, guys. Stay tuned. We'll keep you updated.